Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're having an excellent day so far. The weather has been so nice here and I wanted to sit down and do some April planning. I'm doing some spring cleaning this week too, so I just kind of wanted to sit down and make a plan for April, update my monthly overview, my weekly plan, and also show you my A6 agenda that I'm setting up again. I'm back in my A6 Beige Croco VDS planner and I love this size and I've been really wanting to use it, and I've been wanting to also have like a separate space to plan more in-depth things or like more focused things, but I don't necessarily want it in my A5 and I don't want to set up a new A5 planner because it's too much space. So I thought that this would be the perfect kind of in-between size. So I just grabbed some new inserts from Infinite Lotus and some dividers from Peanuts Planner Co. In the front pockets, I just have some task cards, some stickers, an ollie clip, just a few things that I might need or want to have in this agenda. So behind the first divider, I haven't labeled them yet, but the first divider is my daily plan. I wanted this to be the first thing that I see when I open up my agenda. And then after that is the monthly overviews. I got the monthly overviews that are back-to-back monthlies. I really love that type of insert, but for this size planner, I think I could have even got the ones with grid on the back because I could use the extra space. But these are just for monthly important dates, so if I need extra space, I'll just grab a note insert. So for my weeklies, I got custom inserts from Infinite Lotus and I love this layout. I've tried this in my A5 planner before and it was just too much space for what I was using it for, but for this size, this is the perfect layout. So the left-hand side of the page has a dated weekly spread that's horizontal, and this layout is perfect for noting date-specific tasks. And then the right-hand side is all listing and you can choose your own headers. So I chose my most common lists, so my top 3, my focus, back-end stuff, customer service, marketing, design, and then notes. I still have a few things in here from when this was my puppy planner, but after that I have grid notes, which are always nice to have, and then I also got some of the project inserts, which I really like. I find these to be really helpful for planning out projects, and so far that's about it, but I'm going to start using this in like the next couple weeks and filling it up with more things that I use on a daily basis, so I'll definitely update you guys if I add anything else. So moving on to my A5 size agenda, this is my main planner and I pretty much plan everything in here, even work things, personal things, things that have to do with Casa Vici. I'm putting all of it in this one agenda, so it is pretty full. I'm hoping to kind of break it up a little bit with that A6 planner, but for now, this is my agenda system. So in the front of my planner, I usually have like notes, sticky notes, task tabs, just reminding myself of things that I need to do. This right here is my inbox and I have 2 different lists going, and one of these I'm going to try to get done this week, so I'll go ahead and add that to my weekly spread for next week. I like to do a lot of my planning on sticky notes and notepads even though I have a fully functioning agenda. For whatever reason, I just love writing things down on sticky notes and notepads. I find it to be a more tentative way to plan, and things change and move around all the time, so I really like that system. So starting with my monthly overview, I'm just putting in some monthly important dates that I'll need to reference, and so I'm just listing them down on the bottom first, and then I'm going to go ahead and highlight some of the dates using stickers, and then I also like to use the Infinite Lotus stickers to add in some important dates. So some of the important dates that I put on my monthly calendar are if I have any commitments, important meetings, important deadlines, appointments, if I need to order anything for my dogs. For example, this month I have to repurchase their heartworm and flea and tick medication. I usually get like 6 months at a time, so this is the month that I'm supposed to restock. So I just wanted to make a note of that, and then we also have like some holidays and deadlines in there too. So that's pretty straightforward, and then we just move to my weekly plan, and I'm only going to be planning this week, and I will kind of prep for next week, but I don't like to plan too far ahead in my weeklies just because things do change a lot, so I like to give myself some time before I plan the next week. So the first thing I'm doing here is I'm updating my monthly cover sheet. So with these inserts, you get a monthly cover sheet, and I like to just kind of lay out some of my top priorities or my top focuses for the month. So you can see here I'm putting in some stickers, and I'm going to write in some of my top 3 focuses for Casa Vici and my top 3 focuses for just my personal life. And every month this is different. I don't always do this same style. Sometimes I have 3 really important health related goals or things that I want to keep in mind for the month. So it just kind of depends on where I'm at, but I like to do this at the beginning of each month just to kind of set the overall tone. So when I open up to my weeklies, I usually have some task tabs already kind of outlining my week. So the first thing I usually do is I just remove these tabs, I put them back on my task cards, and then I fill out any confirmed information. So if nothing changed from last week to this week, I'll just go ahead and write those in. So for example, I had to kind of wait and see if I was going to have a meeting on a certain day, and then I also had an urgent deadline. But if I met it before, I wouldn't write it on this week. I wouldn't have anything to write. So I just kind of do that to give myself some space and some time to make sure that everything is confirmed before writing it in my planner, and that way I don't have to cross anything out later. So I'm just adding in a few day-specific items into the top portion of these inserts. I add in a few stickers where it makes sense, just to add a little bit of decor, something appealing to look at. And then I move on to my priorities. So I have a few kind of top priorities for this week. Usually it's something work-related, something personal, and some sort of like deadline or something that's time-sensitive. Just 3 things that are kind of at the top of my focus for the week. And this week I'm also doing all of my spring cleaning while I'm starting it, so I'm just making a little cleaning list and also filling out that to-do list. And I love these inserts because the bottom portion is all listing, and I'm a huge lister, so I find these to be really helpful. I can plan day-specific items at the very top, and then I can also have all of my lists and it's all in one place. So these are some of my favorite inserts, and I'm still loving this layout. So every day when I check my agenda, I try to go through some of these items. If I can complete something, I check it off my list, or I schedule it into my daily plan. And for next week, I do have 1 item kind of tentatively planned for Tuesday. I also have that task list that I want to get through on my inbox. So I'm just adding in that sticky note here, and I will kind of create my weekly plan around this next week. If I don't get to any of those items on the sticky note, I can go ahead and fill them in. If I've completed some of them, then I won't worry about rewriting them. And again, that's why I find having task tabs and sticky notes and notepad pages in my planner really helpful, so I don't have to worry about crossing things out on my inserts. And that's about it. This total process takes anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes, just depending on what I'm planning, how much I'm planning, and how creative I get with my decorations and stickers and things. But this is a very simple way to just kind of update your agenda, keep up with it, and having a planning routine makes this super easy. If you haven't signed up for the Casa Vici newsletter or visited the website, definitely do that. We have more releases coming very, very soon, and I'm really excited about the next release. I hope you found this helpful. If you have questions or want to see anything specific, just let me know by leaving a comment down below. And before I go, I want to thank our sponsor today, which is Skillshare. I love Skillshare. I've learned so many new things on here, and I love to explore all the different classes and learning paths. So today I wanted to recommend a learning path. It's the Adobe Illustrator Master Your Creative Techniques learning path, which includes 5 different classes. If you are launching your own small business and you're going to be doing a lot of the designing, or if you're a graphic designer, this is a great place to start because by the end of this, you'll have 7 new items to add to your portfolio. So starting with class 1, you're going to learn how to level up your colors with Hayden Obey, and he has so many great tips about how to get rich, vibrant colors through Adobe. Next, you'll explore typography through animated music posters with Khadija, and then you'll move on to class number 3, which is digital illustration techniques. Then you'll go to gradients, and then finally illustration to animation. So all of these classes will teach you different components and different skills to help you get a well-rounded working understanding of how to use Adobe. And after that, you can move on to other learning paths. If you need a marketing strategy, or if you need to learn how to manage your teams better, there's a class for everything. So the first 1,000 people to join with the link down below will get a free 1-month trial, and I definitely recommend taking advantage of that. This learning path is only about 5 hours long, so you could knock it out in one day or even 1 week and do an hour a day. But it's a really great opportunity to add to your portfolio and learn something new. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.